I'm Laura Liswood. I was the moderator of the session 5 Regional Challenges, 1 Solution, Women. It was a very lively debate, a lively discussion. The first regional challenge was talent and education. There was consensus that women and girls are getting education here in the region, not all over, but mainly in the region, that the gaps have closed, and in fact women are attending college and postgraduate in greater numbers than men in some parts of the region. The challenge that was identified, however, was that this investment is not getting a good return yet. That is, women are not yet seen as the resource that they should be seen as. They're somewhat underutilized, they're under-tapped, and talent is going to be the new capital in the future. So the greater realization that women are going to have to be a much more integral part of the economy, much more integral part of economic participation. And we talked a bit about health and the fact that in this region, the health gaps between boys and girls, men and women, is closing. In many countries here in the region, it's very optimistic that the health gaps are closing. There's some very good best practices in the region that are being used, the conditional cash transfers, which give money to women, and which gets then used for the health of their children, the welfare of their families, etc. And so very optimistic, and yet still some challenges. Gender-based violence is still a challenge, maternal mortality is still a challenge. For indigenous women, the access to healthcare isn't as good as it yet could be, but still some real progress. The third area was the area of empowerment, economic empowerment, and business performance. And here again, much discussion about the fact that women are underutilized, that particularly in this region there's a very low percentage of women in top leadership. And I made the comment that I don't think there's a glass ceiling for women, but I do think that a thick layer of men. And that fact sort of comes across by the number of women CEOs, etc. And we moved into the issue of leadership, and that the importance of leadership, and the fact that, for example, Costa Rica has developed some legislation that 50% of the board seats have to be with women, and that there are a number of examples of quotas in the region, and that this certainly seems to be one way to hurry history. And then finally we talked about competitiveness, national competitiveness, and the World Economic Forum has done some excellent research around this, finding that there is a correlation between closing of gender gaps and national competitiveness, and that this region could really jump ahead in national competitiveness by ensuring that women are tapped as the resource that they are.